Hello everyone, welcome back to Meathead Gaming. My name is Roland and today, this week's giveaway will be constituted by an AK-47 Jaguar field tested, but as you can see it looks very nice. All you have to do to be eligible to win this is to comment in the video in which you see this little part that you are seeing now, and to be subscribed to the channel. I wish everybody a strong 2019, and until next time, stay strong. Hello everyone, welcome back to Meathead Gaming. My name is Roland and today I thought I'll just read a very nice interview with GetRight for you guys in case you missed it or you weren't able to read it yourself. I thought, what the heck, it's an interesting read and it's Sunday, so maybe you want to enjoy some stories and some interesting information given by GetRight, who is one of the veterans of the game. He's been playing for a very long time. I remember first when he started playing, he was, I think, it was when SK had the Swedish roster, and then Heaton was still playing. So he started playing with Heaton's nickname on online games, so that wasn't very nice. But anyway, that's how he started. I think I don't have the facts on it, but that's how I remember watching him the first time. Okay, so that being said, he had some interesting opinions with which I very much agree, and there are a lot of misconceptions when it comes to older gamers, so I thought it'll be a good read, it'll be a good fun video to make, and maybe for some of you it'll be information that you wasn't aware about. So I'm gonna read this. It was posted also on HLTV, but the full interview is with the vpesports.com. If you want to check it out yourself, you just go ahead. Yeah, I'm not gonna click here because this is a lot of bullshit. I usually don't accept these because who knows what they are, my friend. They're not always what they seem to be, so just bear with me on that one. So let's go ahead and read this interview. Okay, GetRight is one of the most recognizable faces in the Counter-Strike scene. The longest tenured member of the world-famous Ninja in Pajamas, GetRight has seen just about everything there is to see in professional Counter-Strike. With the IEM Katowice Major just around the corner, GetRight agreed to speak with Overdrive about various topics, including how age affects performance and more. Okay, so let's jump into the interview. Do you watch the broadcasts of from big tournaments? Do you like how the casters doing their job? Do you like how the casters doing their job? Okay, that's some Ruski English, right? Okay, well, shit happens, you know. Don't judge too hard on these guys. In the CIS, it's the most discussed theme, since players don't appear to like CIS casters at all. So he answers, it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky question for me. I'm pretty close with the English casters. I know them pretty well and like to hang out with them. So that might be. But he gives his honest opinion, which I very much appreciate. Although he has a good relationship with the casters. I watch their streamers and I watch their streams and I know how they act, how they joke, and what kind of mistakes they make while casting. To be honest, I don't really like what they are saying during the games. They are usually not up to date on how the meta is changing. Sometimes they are very offensive, blaming players with a stupid move according to them. But for us players, we see the bigger picture. And I'm just gonna pause here, because this happens a lot if you watch the games. Like, I mean, of course, the casters they're just trying to do their job as the best they could. But I also feel that they sometimes tend to overreact to some of the actions that are made in-game by the players while they play the game, you know. They might say that, oh, I don't know, Rain was just lurking outside there and he wasn't helping his team, or I don't know, might have to edit this out. Fuck it, I won't edit it out. The thing is that they are jumping to conclusions very fast. That's not okay. But at the same time, when you are casting, you're watching the game live, so you make it up as you go. So it's much easier to sit here, like for example I am now, process the information and then make this video and talk to you guys, than to watch something live and start to comment it, because I'm sure I would mess up a lot of things that I would say. So it is hard, but yeah, they sometimes tend to over-exaggerate things, and some of the casters are just plan out bad. I don't like listening to casters most of the time myself, but I can understand that it can be a very fun job, and it's like being a caster. I think it's a dream job, but it does comes with difficulties. So let's just jump towards the next thing that he was saying. Okay, players understand what others are thinking about doing that stupid move, and that the impact of that move if it is successful. I will say the casters are working so many tournaments, they are casting so much and physically can't be updated on what is going on with meta, which I agree. Like most of the big tournaments have usually the same casters, so there's only so many hours in the day, you know. I would love to have more hours in the day. If I could pay somebody to give me more than 24 hours in a day to be able to work more for the channel in my real life and stuff like that, I would take that. But 24 hours is what we all get, and time is very valuable, so don't waste it. So I really like the way they cast. I really don't like the way they cast, but I understand why it's like that. Like I said, I know them personally, so if I hear that they made a mistake, I'll tell them that they said something wrong and they need to fix it. It's hard work to do, and I really appreciate how they are trying to do their best, but sometimes I just mute them. I do the same sometimes and just listen to music or something else. So do you think casters can improve their understanding of the game? I think the best way is just to play with the game with pros and ask questions about different situations. Maybe watch demos with pros to know what this or that move meant. It's a hard question, since they really don't have time to do what I said. Yeah, they don't. It's hectic. They travel a lot, they cast a lot, so I mean, theoretically they could have the time for it, but then all they would do was just that, you know. So humans are humans, you know. So it is what it is. I think, yeah, don't be too critical of them. If you enjoy them, listen to them. If you don't, mute them. That's about it. Let's go ahead on the other questions. Until what age is it possible to play on high level? I'm turning 29 next year, so I've been asking the same question to... What? I'm turning 29 next year, so I've been asking the same question to myself. I'm not on that level that I want me to be, but I can still fight against strong teams, especially young ones. But as far as the question is concerned, look at Forrest. He's 2 years old. I should have not drank the Monster Energy drink before doing this. He's 2 years older than me, and he looks like he's the best player on my team, which he is. He's playing and loving the game like he's 15. So after that, I don't think age matters. What really matters is your motivation. I saw a lot of people who can be really great in this game, but they start having a lot of different things going on in their lives. Yeah, starting families and finding more enjoyable things to do, to name two. So the age thing is not a question. If everything is good in your life, your girlfriend and the people around you will accept your CSGO interests, and then you can fully focus on playing CSGO. Yeah, okay, so the idea is that you need to have support, because it can be tough, I know for a fact. Let's finish this phrase and then I'll give my 2 cents. If they are not, you will have problems being on a high gaming level. It's a tricky question for these players because they need to choose what they want to do more. But I'm lucky enough to have a girlfriend, friends and family who fully accept my job. I think this is one of the very big misconceptions about players that are getting older. I mean, by older I mean, I don't know, 27 plus, 26 plus, is that, oh, they're getting worse because, I don't know, reflexes are not the same, or the eyes are not the same, or it's something physical. And that's not true. That's not true. I mean, it's nothing physical. You're fully functional and fully well at 30, 35, even 40. When the body starts to fall apart is 45 and above, okay? But even then, okay, but like physiologically, 45 and above, that's when the body starts to downgrade, you know. Up until then it went up and then you go down. That's how the way things work. I think the biggest thing is the motivation and the distractions that come from real life. I mean, when you are 22, you may still have a lot of free time to play the game. You don't have real life commitments, hard commitments. But when you're, I don't know, when you're 29, maybe you got married, maybe you're having a child, maybe you're having a job, maybe things occur, you know, which take you away from the game, takes you away from being able to play the game. And we all know, like, Counter-Strike is like running or doing resistance training. You can be on a very high level, but if you take a 2-week break, you won't be on the same level as you were before, and it's just a 2-week break. So you have to play constantly to be sharp, to have confidence, and I think that's the biggest thing with the players that get older, is the motivation and the support around you, because that can also be a big pain in the ass. Like, if you have, I don't know, if you have a girlfriend that maybe she's criticizing you for sitting too many hours at the PC, if you love her and you have a good relationship with her, that will affect you, because like, you don't want her to be sad, right, or to be unhappy with you. You want to make things work. So maybe you will end up sacrificing the hours that you spend at the computer to get good at the game in order to sit with her or with other family members. So it's I think this is a big misconception, and for some reason, maybe it's because I'm getting older myself, I get pissed off when people say, oh, you're getting old, so reflexes are not the same. That's not true. I mean, your body is fully functional and perfectly fine, as I said before, until you're much older. And by 45, you shouldn't be playing Counter-Strike on the professional level, okay? In your free time, you can do whatever you want, but not on a professional level, so that doesn't matter anyway. Okay, let's move on. Maybe you can tell us at what age it's possible to play. Huh? Maybe you can tell us at what age it's possible to play. I don't know, maybe this is translated. I don't know what side this is, but okay, let's move on. No problem. Let's say 40, 45, and then it's not about professional gaming, it's about life. When your kids are grown up and you have a big family, it's gonna be more like a fun, not professional. I don't want to be 40 and still playing this game. I think I will have other things I want to be focused on. That's fair. I mean, and can you imagine? It's pretty cool if you're 40, like, I don't know, maybe you had a kid at 30 or something. He will start playing the game and you'll play it with him. And the possibilities are endless, and there's playing video games with somebody is another good way to bond with that person. I mean, I'm sure everybody has some good friends that you don't even really know, you just know them through the game or something like that. I mean, most of my best friends in real life I've met through playing the game, so that's a good way to bond with your kid. Yeah, let's move on. When you were in your best form, when you were, oh man, this English messes with me. When you were in your best form as a player, when were you in, okay, whatever. I think it was between the ages of 20-25. I've never been a talented born player. It was always a real hard work. Yeah, I played a little bit more than other pro players. That was my edge. What outside of the game motivates you as a player? Are there any books or movies you can point to? I don't watch many movies, but I read a lot of books. I don't like books about motivation. However, it makes no sense if I read that I'm the best and I can do everything. I like autobiography books. I read a lot of books about Sir Alex Ferguson. I like books about Magnus Hedman. Swedish goalkeeper, and I've read an Ibrahimovic book. As far as movies are concerned, I think if you name a worst movie for you, it might be a best movie for me. My level of liking movies is very bad. I don't watch movies to find a motivation. I watch them to feel something. I like to watch movies which make me sad. Oh, get right. But he always looks so sad. I mean, his eyes and the way his face looks. Back the old days, I watched Merrily and Me, and while it might be not the most interesting movie, it touched me a lot. Just around that time, I lost my dog, which was my little brother, and I watched that movie just a few months later. Well, that's sad. And also, yeah, I kind of agree with him. I mean, I did read a lot of books about, a lot. I read a few books about motivation and self-improvement and stuff like that, but you will notice that if you read like 2 or 3 of them, you'll quickly realize that they're all the same most of the times. I mean, no disrespect to any of the authors, because many of the authors are very bright and smart people. But you'll see, if you read 2 or 3, by the 4th one, it's just the same thing written in a different way. So there's no need to read a lot of books. I mean, I think that it can be helpful to read a few just to get the idea. And then I also think that autobiographies are a great way to learn about other peoples that have succeeded. So like Sir Alex Ferguson and stuff like that, people that have succeeded, when they write the book, it's a good idea to read the little details that they think made them who they were at the end. Yeah, and I also, like, I remember I've read Ibrahimovic's first book. It's a pretty good book. I mean, Ibrahimovic is a very fun and interesting character for me, at least. So yeah, if you guys want to read, that's what you should read.